This is where it begins. Your breakthrough doesn't begin with action. It begins with a decision. A decision that says, I will no longer let my mind be the reason I'm held back. Not by fear. Not by past pain. Not by doubt. Not by comfort. Not by the false belief that this is just who I am. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not average. You are simply untapped. And today, we change that. Because there is a fire inside of you that's been waiting to be unleashed. Not through motivation. Not through inspiration. But through mastery. Mental mastery. This speech isn't to hype you up. It's to wake you up. It's to train you to take control over the one thing that controls everything. Your mind. The mind is the master key. Everything starts in the mind. Every victory. Every failure. Every comeback. Every collapse. They all begin inside your head. And until you train your mind, you will continue to fight battles that were already lost before they even began. You know what happens when the mind is untrained? It reacts to emotion. It caves to pressure. It gets seduced by comfort. It accepts limitation as reality. And that's not who you were created to be. You were built to win. But winning has nothing to do with talent if your mind isn't in alignment. It's not about being the strongest, it's about being the most focused. It's not about speed, it's about precision. It's not about the conditions, it's about the decisions. And the most important decision is this. I will train my mind. I will not be a slave to emotion, fear, or doubt. I will win the inner war, because the outer war begins there. The untrained mind will always limit you. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to the level of your training. And when your mind is untrained, it will always default to safety, to patterns, to survival. But survival is not the mission. Excellence is. Growth is. Victory is. You see, the untrained mind doesn't want you to grow. Because growth is uncomfortable. Growth means uncertainty. Growth means you'll have to sacrifice the lies you've believed. And the mind, if untrained, will hold on to those lies like a shield. Even if they hurt you. Even if they limit you. Even if they keep you in a box you've outgrown. So we train. We train the mind to recognize truth. We train it to reject fear. We train it to act in the face of resistance. We train it to win, no matter what. Stop negotiating with weakness. Your mind has been negotiating with your excuses. You say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just tired today. I'll try once I'm motivated. I don't feel like it right now. That's not you talking. That's weakness pretending to be logic. Because weakness always shows up with a reason. But you weren't built to be led by excuses. You were built to lead your mind. And here's what champions do. They don't wait for the mood. They don't wait for clarity. They don't wait until it's easy. They move. They act. They execute, even when it hurts. You think greatness is about confidence? It's not. It's about execution. Confidence follows consistency. And consistency follows discipline. Train your mind to stop negotiating with comfort. And start choosing your future. Destroy the lies you've believed. Let's talk about the lies. Lies you've believed since you were young. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be like them. I always mess things up. I'm too late. I missed my shot. These lies didn't start with you, but they were repeated so many times. Your mind built an identity around them. But here's the truth. A thought, repeated long enough, becomes a belief. A belief, accepted deep enough, becomes identity. But an identity, when trained, can be transformed. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not your anxiety. You are not your fears. You are whatever you train your mind to become. So stop building from broken bricks. Demolish the old stories. And start writing a new one. One where you are capable. One where you are focused. One where you are a force, not to be underestimated. Build mental armor through discipline. Discipline is your armor. It protects you when motivation disappears. It shields you when life attacks. It grounds you when emotions try to take over. Discipline is the daily declaration. I will keep going, no matter how I feel. I don't move based on moods. I move based on mission. I don't need it to feel right to do it right. Train your discipline like a soldier. Get up when your body says stay down. Speak truth when your mind screams fear. Take the first step when your heart feels uncertain. Every disciplined act adds armor to your mind. Every consistent day is another layer of mental steel. And when you're fully armored, no situation can break you. No failure can shake you. No opinion can derail you. Discipline isn't punishment. It's the highest form of self-respect. Turn setbacks into setups. Let's talk failure. Not the filtered version. Not the social media version. Real, raw, gut punch failure. You gave everything, still lost. You believed, still broke. You prepared, still failed. You trusted, still got betrayed. And now your mind whispers, maybe you're not cut out for this. But here's the truth. Failure is not final. Failure is feedback. Failure is fuel. Every time you fail, your mind gets a choice. Crack or get carved. You can let it break you. Or you can use it to sharpen you. Train your mind to see setbacks as setups. Because every giant that fell was first forged in the fires of failure. You don't win despite failure. You win because of it. Stay calm in chaos. Life isn't fair. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It will test you. Disrupt you. Overwhelm you. But a trained mind stays calm in chaos. Why? Because it knows. I don't control the storm, but I control my response. You can't control every outcome, but you can control what you say, what you think, what you focus on, how you breathe, how you react, how you rebound. In chaos, the average mind panics. But the trained mind? It adapts. It leads. It grows sharper. Train yourself to breathe when others break. To focus when others fear. To lead when others run. This is what mental strength looks like. Think long, play long. The untrained mind lives for the moment. It wants results now. It wants pleasure now. It wants escape now. But the trained mind? It thinks long. It plays long. It sees the big picture. It embraces the grind. It doesn't rush greatness. Because anything that comes fast can leave fast. But what is built with vision and patience lasts forever. Train yourself to think beyond today. Beyond this week. Beyond the season. What kind of legacy are you building? What kind of mental strength are you stacking? What kind of habits are you reinforcing? Build unbreakable belief. You want to train your mind to win? Start by building belief so strong that nothing on the outside can break it. Most people think belief is something you're born with. But the truth is, belief is built. It's built by doing hard things. Over and over again. Every time you follow through on what you said you'd do, your belief gets stronger. Every time you push through resistance, your confidence grows. Every time you silence that voice that says, quit, you get louder in your own mind. You build belief by proving to yourself that you're a person of action. You build it by showing up when no one else does. By sticking to your goals after the excitement wears off. By doing the work in the dark. Because belief doesn't come from people clapping for you. It comes from you clapping for yourself when no one's watching. Cut off all backup plans. The untrained mind always has an escape route. It keeps doors open. It keeps backup plans. It keeps the word maybe on repeat. But the trained mind? It decides. It commits. It burns the boats. I'm in. All in. I'm not giving myself a way out. I'm not asking if it'll work, I'm deciding that it will. When you commit fully, something happens. You tap into a different version of yourself. A level of hunger, of clarity, of fire you never knew existed. There's a moment where you stop trying to win. And you start expecting to win. And that shift happens when your mind has no more room for plan B. You either do it, or you do it. Ignore the noise. Distractions. Doubt. Opinions. Comparison. Criticism. Lies. The world will always give you a reason to stop. The trained mind? It doesn't listen to noise. It hears it, but it doesn't obey it. Because every minute you spend consumed with what they're saying. You're not focused on what you're building. Your destiny doesn't live in their approval. It lives in your ability to lock in and stay laser-focused. You don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself consistency. Silence the noise. Starve the comparison. Ignore the critics. And train your mind to stay locked in on your vision. No matter who doubts it. Train for purpose, not just performance. Some people train just to win. But when they lose, they fall apart. They train for the spotlight. But not for the silence. They train for applause. But not for solitude. The trained mind is deeper. It trains for purpose. It knows why it wakes up. It knows what it stands for. It knows what matters when no one's watching. You can win all the trophies and still feel empty. But when you train your mind with a mission, every step means something. Every rep means something. Every day becomes a brick in something bigger than you. Don't just train to succeed. Train to become who you were born to be. Performance fades. Purpose lasts. Balance pressure with peace. You want to win big? You're going to feel pressure. Deadlines. Expectations. Responsibilities. Wait. But don't confuse pressure with panic. The untrained mind collapses under pressure. The trained mind? It finds peace within the pressure. Because peace is not the absence of pressure. It's the presence of poise. Train yourself to stay calm when the weight hits. To breathe when your chest tightens. To focus when everything speeds up. You do this through practice. You do this through stillness. You do this through daily discipline. Peace is your secret weapon. And the more you control your internal world, the more you dominate your external one. Don't just survive, dominate. Too many people live in survival mode. Just getting through the day. Just getting by. Just hanging in there. Just existing. That's not what you were made for. You were made to dominate. To move through life with intention. To attack goals with fire. To stand tall in every storm. To lead yourself, regardless of your past. You didn't come this far to cope. You came to conquer. You don't just survive heartbreak. You rise with more compassion. You don't just survive failure. You rise with more wisdom. You don't just survive pain. You rise with more power. Survival is the starting line. Domination is the destiny. Learn to love the work. You know why most people fail? Because they only love the idea of success. But they hate the work. They hate the grind. They hate the repetition. You want to train your mind to win in every situation? Fall in love with the process. Love the early mornings. Love the lonely nights. Love the discipline. Love the silence. Love the sweat. Love the growth. Not because it's easy, but because you're becoming someone you've never been before. The work is not punishment. The work is the path. It's not something to escape. It's something to embrace. Because the more you love the work, the more you become unstoppable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Comfort is a killer. It whispers. Relax. You've done enough. Stay safe. Don't risk it. Just chill. You've earned it. But comfort doesn't care about your dreams. Comfort doesn't build confidence. Comfort doesn't push you forward. Discomfort does. Discomfort stretches you. Discomfort sharpens you. Discomfort unlocks the doors you've never dared open. Train your mind to walk into discomfort, not away from it. Run toward the hard conversations. Lean into the scary moments. Step forward when everything in you says step back. Because every time you embrace discomfort, you add another layer of steel to your mindset. The goal isn't to feel comfortable. The goal is to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Counterclockwise arrows reprogram your self-talk. Your greatest enemy isn't always the outside world. It's the inner voice that lives rent-free in your head. That whisper that says, "You're not good enough. You'll fail again. You don't have what it takes." That voice isn't truth. That voice is a program. A broken program downloaded from pain, failure, fear, rejection. But the trained mind doesn't accept it. It rewrites it. Every morning, speak life into your mind. I am capable. I am focused. I am relentless. I am a finisher. I was built for this. You must interrupt the old script and install a new one. Words are not weak. Words create reality. Train your tongue because your mind is always listening. Stack small wins daily. Winning isn't about some massive explosion of effort once a year. It's about stacking small wins every single day. 1 rep. 1 hour. 1 page. 1 decision. You train your mind to win by proving, daily, that you are someone who follows through. Momentum is built brick by brick. Confidence is built by action. Progress is built by consistency. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you refuse to stop. Win the morning. Win the conversation. Win the workout. Win the discipline. Win the moment when you don't feel like it. Stack small wins. And watch how your entire identity transforms. Master your emotions. You will feel anger. You will feel fear. You will feel doubt, frustration, anxiety, jealousy. You are human. But that doesn't mean you're controlled by those emotions. The untrained mind reacts. The trained mind responds. You cannot lead your life if you can't lead your emotions. You can't win in pressure if you lose your mind in panic. Control starts with awareness. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? Does this emotion serve me? Take the wheel back from your feelings. They're passengers, not drivers. You are not your fear. You are not your doubt. You are the one who chooses how to respond to both. Tap into disciplined energy. Energy is not just physical. Energy is mental. Energy is emotional. Energy is spiritual. If you want to train your mind to win, you need to take control of your energy. Discipline is energy. Focus is energy. Optimism is energy. Stop leaking your power into drama, into distractions, into people who drain your spirit. Protect your peace like it's gold. Protect your focus like it's fuel. Protect your goals like they're sacred. And then, direct that energy like a laser into what matters most. A focused mind is a powerful mind. A trained mind wastes nothing. Never negotiate with your goals. There are 2 types of people. Those who let their feelings choose their actions, and those who let their commitments choose their actions. Your goal doesn't care if you're tired. Your purpose doesn't care if you're bored. Your dream doesn't care if you're discouraged. Stop negotiating with your greatness. Stop letting how you feel decide what you do. Do it because you said you would. Do it because your word means something. Do it because you don't need a mood to honor a mission. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. That's how you separate the average from the exceptional. That's how you train a winning mind. Become mentally tougher than your circumstances. Life won't always go your way. People will lie. Plans will fail. Storms will hit. But here's the truth. Mental toughness isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about walking through it without breaking. When the pressure comes, you rise. When the betrayal comes, you stay grounded. When the doors close, you don't fold, you forge new doors. Tough minds outlast tough times. You train that toughness by doing the hard things on purpose. By facing discomfort on purpose. By chasing growth on purpose. Don't pray for an easier path. Pray for a stronger mind. Think long term. Play the long game. The untrained mind wants everything now. It wants fast results. Instant wins. Quick validation. But mastery takes time. Transformation takes time. Becoming unstoppable takes time. You must be willing to invest months, even years, for results that only show up after the world gave up. Winners don't chase dopamine, they chase legacy. So think long-term. Play the long game. Delay pleasure. Endure boredom. Do what most won't for as long as it takes. That's how you win in every situation. Not by rushing, but by refusing to quit. Lock into your next level. You've already survived things that were meant to destroy you. You've already conquered versions of yourself you no longer recognize. You've already done the hard things. Now it's time to go higher. Lock in. Lock into growth. Lock into vision. Lock into the next level. Your mind is the key. Your mind is the gate. Your mind is the battlefield. And the moment you decide, truly decide, that you will not go another year, month, or day living beneath your potential, everything changes. This is your time. This is your training ground. This is your war zone of growth. And your mind? It will be the reason you win. Starve your limitations. Your limitations only survive because you feed them. Every time you say, I can't. It's too hard. Maybe next time. I'm not ready yet. You're feeding weakness. You're keeping your chains well-fed and polished. But the trained mind starves limitations. You starve them by refusing to speak doubt. You starve them by acting anyway. You starve them by choosing growth, even when it hurts. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about rejecting the lies you've been told. That you're not smart enough. Not strong enough. Not ready enough. Kill those thoughts. Starve them until they disappear. Your mind doesn't belong to your fear anymore. Unleash the winner within. There is a version of you. A stronger you. A more focused, more resilient, more powerful you. That's already inside. It's not someone you need to become. It's someone you need to release. That winner inside of you is suffocating beneath excuses. Buried beneath the past. Chained beneath what ifs and distractions. But now, you're tearing those chains off. You're waking that beast up. You're giving your winner the MIC. Let the world see what happens when the real you shows up with nothing to prove. Just something to accomplish. Train your mind, so your mind can unleash your true self. Be honest with yourself. The mind can only be trained in truth. You can't grow by lying to yourself. You can't rise if you're still hiding from your reality. So take a moment and look in the mirror. Are you doing what it takes? Are you giving everything you've got? Are you living like your dream depends on it? Most people aren't stuck. They're just not honest. They say they want it, but they're not willing to pay the price. Be brutally honest with yourself. Rip the mask off. Expose the laziness, the fear, the self-sabotage. And then? Replace it with ownership. Replace it with accountability. Replace it with action. Build unbreakable momentum. Once your mind gets a taste of momentum, it becomes dangerous. Because momentum is power. When you start showing up daily, even when it's hard, Even when it's inconvenient. Even when you don't feel like it. You start to become unstoppable. One win leads to another. One rep strengthens the next. One disciplined day makes the next one easier. Momentum is built in silence. But it speaks louder than any excuse. The trained mind knows. You don't wait for motivation. You manufacture momentum through movement. Never fold under pressure. Pressure breaks the untrained. But it forges the focused. When life heats up, when expectations rise, when the world's watching, that's where the winner emerges. Pressure reveals who's real. Pressure reveals who's ready. Pressure reveals who's trained. So don't run from the pressure. Don't hide from the weight. Stand up inside of it. Look it in the eye and say, I was built for this. This is where I grow. This is where I dominate. Train your mind so you can smile in the storm while others collapse. Finish stronger than you started. Anyone can start. That's easy. But very few finish. And even fewer finish strong. But not you. You're not just going to cross the line. You're going to sprint through it. No matter how slow you went. No matter how many detours. No matter how many failures. You're still in this race. You're still breathing. You still have a fight inside you. So make this chapter louder than all the rest. Make this moment the one that rewrites your story. Train your mind to finish. Because finishers win. Finishers lead. Finishers change the world. This is a war, and you're the warrior. You are in a mental war every single day. A war against laziness. A war against fear. A war against doubt, mediocrity, and past pain. The battlefield is your thoughts. The weapon is your focus. And your greatest armor is your discipline. You don't get to win by accident. You win by training. By preparing. By showing up when no one's clapping. By bleeding in silence so you can dominate in public. You're not soft. You're not broken. You're a warrior. Train like one. Think like one. Live like one. Train your mind, transform your world. It all starts in your mind. Your habits. Your emotions. Your discipline. Your destiny. They all flow from your mental state. So train your mind. Relentlessly. Unapologetically. Every single day. When life gets hard, your mind answers. When people doubt you, your mind protects you. When storms hit, your mind says, bring it. Your mind is the difference. The line between failure and finish. Between excuses and excellence. Train it like your life depends on it. Because it does. This is your time. You've heard the words. You felt the fire. Now it's time to act. No more waiting. No more second guessing. No more living small. You are here to win. To conquer. To rise. To impact. To inspire. And that begins the moment you train your mind. To win in every situation. So go. Show the world what a trained mind looks like. What a focused soul feels like. What a warrior sounds like. This is not just motivation. This is a mission. Your name is on it. Your time is now. Let's go.